welcome to episode 4, I believe, of this season's Parker's Predictions. He's Gimme, I'm Parker, and we're back after a pretty crazy week for Texas fans.
Gosh almighty. Boy, to talk about a roller coaster of a ride on Saturday.
I mean, we really went through it all. We went through, this is our season 2.
Mm-hmm.
We got ourselves a starting quarterback again.
2 starting quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's the last thing we kind of need. We've always had it in the back of our mind. We've had a quarterback controversy. And then Ewers came out and said, hey, I'm the man. My job.
We went to go in Michigan, obviously.
Go ahead and,
dominate.
Let's start a Heisman campaign. And then he gets hurt early in the game. And in comes our old Archibald.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, luckily, it doesn't seem like the injury's too bad.
Yeah,
I'm definitely going to be out this game.
he should.
Uh-huh.
He said he's questionable for this game.
Okay.
But if I'm Sark, I'm letting Arch start.
Yeah. Let's get him healthy. We're going to need his experience come Oklahoma, Georgia.
We really are. And we're gonna. I mean, we've seen it before. We've rested him. We've over-rested him until the big game, and we saw what happened that time. Oklahoma 49-0. Yeah. But anyways, talking about Oklahoma, game day in Norman. I'm pretty sure, right?
They're going to be so excited for this, man. All those Oklahoma fans. The game is going to be in Norman.
Yeah, that's
right.
huge.
You're talking about a 6:30 kickoff, so prime time TV, right? Going up against the Volunteers. So you're looking at the number 6 Tennessee Volunteers
15
against the
Oklahoma,
15 Oklahoma,
yeah.
both 3-0, right?
So
71% on matchup predictor, but man, when you're playing in Norman against a 3-0 Oklahoma team, I know Oklahoma they've had some close games, but they're going to be ready.
Yeah.
They want to let the country know, hey man,
we're back.
We're still Oklahoma, you know.
As much as we hate Oklahoma, speaking realistically, it's hard to play in Norman. We've never had to play in Norman. We're at a neutral site.
Yeah.
But
we saw that Oklahoma quarterback have his ups and downs last week, but the final score to that game wasn't what it really was.
It wasn't really.
That game was a lot closer.
Yeah, that game was super close.
And I haven't seen a lot of Tennessee ball yet. But it seems
all I know is that they beat their last opponent 71-0.
Yeah, I mean, so like they played Kent State 71-0. They played North Carolina State 51-10. And then they won their first game of the season. What looks like a 69-3 win. So
wow,
they can put up some points against
crazy.
Lesser opponents.
Yeah, but still, that's still points. Points are points.
Now they're going up against a
team.
SEC football team with the Oklahoma Sooners.
SEC versus SEC.
So I'm excited to see how this game fares because Oklahoma, man, their last 3 games, they won their W's 34-19, but like we said, that game was a lot closer than that. 16-12 against Houston, they escaped by the skin of their teeth. And then 51-3 against Temple, first game of the year.
Temple.
They took care of business.
They don't have any guys there.
If you're playing any OWL team, I mean...
they never have anyone.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I watched some more OU football this year. Obviously, because we're wanting them to lose and stuff. And I've seen a lot of mistakes by that Oklahoma quarterback.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I've seen him covering his ears whenever it's dead silent in his own stadium.
Yeah.
So these Tennessee fans will show up.
I think they're going to travel well also. I really think they will. I mean, they seem to have a good thing going there. They're getting behind their team. They want to be. They're trying to be the team. The
real UT.
The real UT is what they call it. But
they've been called the real UT. It's okay. We're Tex.
Yeah. Man, this game is hard to predict because I'm sure. Let's just take a quick look at what they're calling this game. It's a 7.5 spread to Tennessee.
Wow, that's huge.
That's.
I bet it. I wouldn't doubt if that goes up.
I wouldn't doubt if that goes up too. You're talking about 50.5 on the over under. So they're calling for some points in this game.
That's tough.
They're saying that they're calling for some points. Quarterbacks are pretty similar, man. The Tennessee quarterbacks has thrown 6 TDs, 2 INTs. Amaliva.
I think it's Iami Alava.
Iami Alava.
Or something like that.
Iamaleava. Iamaleava is what I'm gonna call them. Yep. I think I'm gonna leave Oklahoma with a win. I think they're gonna win. But it's gonna be really, really close. That Arnold kid, 7 touchdowns, two interceptions. So I mean.
Oh, I thought you said 7 touchdowns this game.
No, 7. No way. So they're pretty close when it comes to like stats. But if you just the eyeball test. This Tennessee quarterback seems to be doing way better than Oklahoma. Yeah. So, give me Tennessee in this game. 34, Oklahoma 24.
Okay. See, I was gonna say it's gonna be close in the first half.
Mm-hmm.
Very close in the first half. Tennessee and Oklahoma both make some bad mistakes that they can't capitalize on.
Okay.
Late in the game, Tennessee, they're gonna win this game. I say 35-14.
Oh wow! So think
Tennessee's about to be back.
Okay, that'd be a big win for them. I mean, they haven't played anybody yet, so to beat Oklahoma,
that's huge.
In Norman,
Oklahoma in Norman, 3-0 Oklahoma as well.
Yeah, I mean the two biggest things Oklahoma has going for itself in this is, for one, it's in Norman. And 2, it's at night, so those fans are going to be nice and marinated all day. They're going to be celebrating all day long. So when it comes down to game time, they're going to be loud, ready to go. Tennessee has to take them out of the games early. So if Tennessee can go up 14-0, 17-3, something like that early, take those fans out of it, it's going to be
that's what the real UT did.
It can be a long day. Be a long day, yeah. What's the other game you had picked out?
We were going to do the NFL.
Okay.
There's not many good games on for NFL this week, but I picked the 2 best teams in my opinion. The records might not prove it, but Ravens versus Cowboys.
Oh, gosh. Before we go to pick this game, man, let's talk about these Cowboys real quick. So this is my second.
Oh, my God.
This is my second official year
of being a Cowboys
of being like an actual Cowboys fan. I've always rooted for Longhorns as they spread throughout the league. So I've had family members be Cowboys fans for life, and I've seen the ups and downs and ups and downs, and we're back, we're not back, we're not back, we're not back, we're not back. So actually being part of this whole Cowboys fandom, it hurts, man.
It's rough.
It hurts.
Yeah.
So
I mean, seeing some guy that's not even supposed to be in the league anymore, really, run up and score 4 touchdowns on you at home as well.
Mm-hmm.
That's rough.
You're talking about Kamara.
Yeah.
God, he had a day. I watched pretty much that entire game, and it seemed like the Cowboys just could not find a rhythm on offense, and for that game, I don't know if the Saints are going to do this all year, but they scored on almost every possession.
Yeah.
So it's going to be. You have to score with them
to keep up
with them, and Cowboys couldn't do that. From drive to drive.
Yeah, I mean,
they struggled. They had a bad day.
We also know that the Saints are not good. We didn't run into a better team.
Yeah.
The Cowboys is a better team out of those two.
Man, but tell a Saints fan that. Though.
Yeah, but seeing it 44-19, it looks like they're just a better team, and the Cowboys are nobodies. But whenever you look at the rosters, I mean, there's guys getting paid $240 million.
That's the thing, man. That's always been my thing as like an observer of like these big teams that sign these big contracts. Yeah, the Cowboys can throw millions upon millions of dollars at these players, from Dez Bryant to Tony Romo to CeeDee Lamb to all these people. Parsons is probably going to get paid, which well deserved. He's a beast. All that money means nothing.
Whenever you can win,
you can't buy. You cannot buy a championship. You just can't.
You need to have the right players for a championship.
And the right mentality. So,
I mean, Dak is the most paid player in NFL history.
Yeah.
But look at his linemen.
Yeah.
He has one decent lineman up there. He should pull up Tom Brady and say, hey, Pay me like $60 million for 4 years.
And so take less and then go out and get top-notch linemen.
Yeah, that's what I would say to do.
Yeah. If the game ever comes down to a field goal, I'm very comfortable with.
Yeah, we have the best kicker. In the
league. I mean, the guy's got just a hammer toe, man. He'll nail it from 80 if you give him a shot to. Yeah. I know with the wind at his back, I wouldn't be scared to give him a shot. But Dak had I'm going to chalk this up because it is so early in the season as the Cowboys had a bad day.
All right, yeah.
It sucks because...
Same with the Ravens. I mean, if we're looking at the Ravens, they're 0-2. You think that the Ravens are super bad.
That's right. You're absolutely right. The Ravens are 0-2, right?
The spread looks 50-50. Yeah. What is it?
So it's actually 53.6 in favor of the Ravens.
I can see that.
So you got an 0-2 team picked over a 1-1 team.
Hey, that's why though.
The game is
in AT&T Stadium in Jerry World.
Then how are the Ravens favored at Jerry World? That's weird.
It's just it'd be more if it was in Baltimore, and then the line is 1 to the Ravens.
But what was last week's game for the Cowboys?
AT&T.
So the home field advantage doesn't really mean much.
It did last year, and then over under 58.5. I can see. It's gonna hurt to say, but being a realistic Cowboys fan, I could see the Ravens coming to Jerry World and just smashing the hopes and dreams of Cowboys fans.
And you have a very hungry Ravens team that has these high expectations. Not only as a team, but the rest of the country has all these high expectations. You can say that about the Cowboys. They have high expectations, but there's always been high expectations for the Cowboys. Every year is their year. And
this should be the Ravens' year. I mean, they are extremely upset with what happened last year. They met the Chiefs, and they met the refs and the Chiefs versus them.
Okay, so
I could see, like I said, I could see the Ravens coming into Jerry World and just absolutely plowing.
I don't see it. I don't see it that way. I see the Cowboys as a desperate team going into this game, but I think the Ravens are a little bit more against the ropes. I can see them eking out one of those really tight games. I hate to say this. Hey, I am a Cowboys fan, but I'm being realistic. I see the Ravens winning this game 24-21. And also, the Cowboys are driving, trying to set up a field goal, but they just can't do it at the very end. They can't get close enough to give them a shot to tie up the game. 24-21.
I'm going to have to join you in the Baltimore win. Baltimore.
I hope we're wrong.
Yeah, I hope we're wrong too. But 0-2 Baltimore, Lamar Jackson. So like we were saying, it might be a little cut. Phone died.
It's gonna look a little different, but it's all good.
So like we were saying with the Cowboys, you said what was it? 24-21, barely win. I got the Cowboys, losing this game sadly. 21-17, and I'm gonna, like you said, end it with something. I'm gonna say that Dak throws it up to one of the highest paid non-quarterbacks ever, CeeDee Lamb, and I don't know any Ravens defensive backs, but someone goes up, swats it out of the air, and that's it. That's the game.
That's a game. No pick for Dak at the end?
No pick for Dak. It's just going to be swatted out of the air.
Come in, close the door. Close that door.
Close the door.
Yeah, so that takes us to the very last game. Of course, we always got to pick the horns, right?
And we have a little special thing about the horns this week. We're going.
We'll be in the stadium, so we'll actually be there for Arch's first
career start, most likely.
Yeah.
So we just looked at the spread and the line. The line is 45 to Texas, which is huge. We haven't seen a Texas line this much since probably 2005.
Yeah.
Yeah. And over under was what, 52.5?
Yeah.
So they got them scoring 3 points. And the funny thing is,
they're 2-0.
Yeah, they are 2-0.
So they're 2-0.
Who have they played? They've played, I think it's Jackson State and UAB.
Yeah. So, come on. I mean, matchup predictor has like 99% in favor of the Texans.
Yeah, because they can't do any
They
more.
can't do it.
They would do 100 if they could.
Believe me, they would. They would. But they just can't.
Because, they always have a chance. Mm-hmm. And we've seen it before. We've seen teams like this play it very, very close with those number one teams. Now that we're in the number one team, this is everyone's national championship right here.
Yeah.
This is their entire season.
Man, it's another night game, So the fans are going to get what they want.
In the game.
They're going to get what they want. Everybody's going to be there. I mean, I wouldn't doubt it if you have like the actual Mannings in the house.
Oh yeah, they're going to be there. They're going to be there for sure.
So they might even be there too, right? So the stadium. I mean, last week that stadium just looked like it was absolutely rocking.
Yeah, it was rocking.
I'm excited to see the drones.
That's another reason I'm going.
Yeah.
The drones, the fireworks out of them too. That's gonna be really cool.
Yeah. Maybe we can take some videos and post them on the next one or something like that.
So I'm excited to see it. I was telling you the other day, we should open up this game, show the world Arch Manning. Bomb to Isaiah Bond. Mm-hmm. Just try him out.
Yeah.
Try it out.
Why not? I'm with you on that.
We're going to have a million more drives that game anyways. Mm-hmm. Might as well treat it like a practice session.
Yeah. So I'm not concerned with this game at all. If we had if we didn't have Arch, I'd be a little bit more concerned.
Like Malik?
Right? Like Malik, I'd be a little nervous, but I still think Malik could get the job done. And also shout out to Malik for getting it done at Duke.
Yeah, 3-0.
3-0. But I'm not concerned with this game. What I'd like to see is a little bit more establishment with running the ball. Right?
Yeah, that's our problem. We didn't have Jada Blue last game.
Getting to the quarterback more, You should be getting to the quarterback more on
especially
defense.
Whenever it's UTSA. Yeah.
Unfortunately, I don't know how many attempts Auburn had last week in field goals. I don't even think he kicked one. Right? 0 attempts on field goals.
0 attempts. That's huge.
So, which is a good thing.
I don't want him out there winning us games. Yeah. No offense to Burn Auburn, but I don't want you out there winning games for us.
So if we don't need him, that's good. But I mean, for him to get a little bit more practice in, kick a couple field goals here or there. But I'm always going to take a touchdown over a field goal.
Yeah.
It's the little things that I like to see in this game, so we can start buttoning things up a little bit because SEC play starts here pretty soon.
SEC starts next week.
And we are going to be going through a gauntlet. I mean,
right after that, yeah.
We get a little bit of a teaser with Mississippi State.
Bye week.
And then here we go.
We got best rivalry in football.
Yep. If we can get, as a Texas fan, perfect scenario here. You rest Ewers this week.
And then you rest him next week.
You rest him next week.
Bye week. You keep resting him, but try to get him back in practice. Mm-hmm. If he's ready for OU, I guarantee you he'll beat him 49-0 again.
Yeah. So I'm ready for I think that's what the coaches are going to do. You might even see him. You might see him play a little bit during Mississippi State just to test it out.
Yeah.
Get out there, test it out, do a couple throws, and if they can go up big in that game, bring Arch back in. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
I think it should be a reverse scenario. I think Arch should start in the Mississippi State game, and if we're up by a lot, put Ewers in. Just to try and see how healthy he actually is.
People need to be in Ewers' ear right now, though, assuring him that you're still the guy.
Yeah, you're still the guy.
You're QB1.
You're making throws that most NFL quarterbacks can't make.
That's what baffled me about last week's game. When Ewers was on the sideline, and Arch was, doing what he was doing during the game, I would have loved to see those guys side by side.
Yeah, I mean
it's like they were keeping them apart on purpose, which is kind of odd.
I know that we both know that they like each other very much.
Yeah.
And Arch has said it. He's learned a lot from Ewers. Mm-hmm. In the past few years. I mean, that was probably the reason he was able to make that end zone throw right over the shoulder.
Yeah.
Ewers probably taught him a tip or something. But yeah, I can agree with you. We really should have seen Ewers and Arch side by side. Maybe Ewers correcting on something.
Yeah.
Arch asking how he's doing.
Yeah, at least with the rest of the quarterbacks, Instead, he's on the sideline, just doing his thing. But maybe they didn't want him, around a bunch of teammates, like high-fiving and moving and making a bunch
of maybe that was it. Yeah, he was really trying to rest that
they did have him protected. You can tell he didn't want anybody going near those ribs.
I mean, yeah, you could see him with his other hand high-fiving people because his hand was hurt, and then whenever his ribs got hurt.
So, I mean, who knows? I mean, we could be looking too much into the whole thing, but, yeah, we know that.
I mean, we know that Ewers is going to try to protect his body at all costs because he knows this is the year that Texas goes all in.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
This is all or nothing for Texas right here.
Yeah. So predicting this game, man. I mean, come on, man. What do you want from me here? I mean, Texas is going.
We could go into this game with our third strings and still win this game.
Texas is going to win this game. Gosh, I'd say 100, but I got to be real. Texas wins this game 65 to, let's say, 10. 65-10. They really put up some points.
Okay, I can see something around there in those margins, but I'm going to say 62-0.
Holy, the shutout?
We're going to shut out UL Monroe.
Woo! That's a bold prediction.
We should not allow any points this game. If we allow points this game, someone's going to feel it. I mean, like I said, we're playing our third strings. That's these guys' skill level.
Okay.
We should not.
And we'll be at this game, man. I'm super excited.
But this game should not give us any scare.
Okay.
Yeah. This should be just a big blowout.
Okay. Well,
and we'll stay number 1.
Yeah, well, I mean, gosh, if we lose to this game, the sky really does come crashing down.
There's two big teams that are watching this game. Alabama and Georgia.
Yeah.
Because they meet up next week.
Whoo, man. Talking about that Georgia game in just a second here. They escaped.
Barely.
They barely escaped.
And it didn't look too much like a fluke. They should have capitalized on a lot of those Kentucky mistakes, and they didn't.
Yeah.
It looks like they really struggled out there.
Yeah, they were having a rough day as well.
Sure, it was at home in Kentucky, but they only have, 60,000 stadium capacity.
Everybody's saying Texas, Georgia, Texas, for the championship. We're sleeping on Ohio State. Ohio State's just been sitting back in the cut. Hey,
they've
man,
just been killing teams.
You don't pay us any mind. We're just going to stay right here. Keep us at number 3, number 4 if you want to. But when the season comes to an end and we're still undefeated and y'all been beating up on each other, we're still ready to go.
I've seen their cake. They have a cake schedule. I mean, the hardest team they play is Michigan.
Yep. So keep an eye on Ohio State. Yeah.
So I believe, Ohio State. Ole Miss is another team to look out for, but
they're in the SEC, man.
And the SEC is just so hard.
SEC, we're all gonna just start beating up on each other.
Yeah, and because Big Ten, there's 2 teams, Oregon and Ohio State. They will meet up. Oregon and Ohio State will meet up. I guarantee you that's game day. That's whenever we meet with OU. And the next week, obviously, game of the century, best game ever is what some people are saying, which is crazy to think about. Yeah.
All right, man. Here we go.
Georgia, we want you next.
So, I guess we'll report back on the next week's episode with how the game went. Maybe you can put in a couple videos from the drones and all that stuff.
Yeah,
but
I'll try to do that. We'll definitely be back next week, hopefully.
Yeah.
Trying to do this again. We couldn't do it last week. Got a little busy.
Of course.
But we would have probably predicted the same thing that the score was.
Yeah.
But I would have never predicted Ewers goes down and Arch Manning has the greatest game
Nobody
of
saw
his life.
That. Yeah, we didn't see that coming.
I knew that Ewers was going to get hurt at some point in the season. I just didn't know when it would come.
I thought he was destined to go all through the whole season and make a really good run at a Heisman.
No Heisman for him.
I mean, we'll see. He still can do it.
Unless he puts up video game numbers against Georgia and OU.
Yeah. So, all right, man. You want to sign us out?
Yeah, that'll be it. So, this has been episode 4 of Parker's Predictions. We will hopefully get some videos out this weekend on the UL Monroe game. Our voices will definitely be gone.
Yeah.
We're going to be screaming so much.
So we won't be doing it on a Monday for sure.
Yeah. So that'll be it. He's Jimmy. She's Ellie. I'm Parker. And that was episode 4 of Parker's Predictions. Goodbye.
Welcome.